Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on, man? We're back with another stream, man. Listen, it is a hot day in London today, you know. 30 degrees out here, bruv. You know what I'm saying, man? Sweating out here. You know what I mean? But listen, we've got a fire panel anyway, you know, to match with the weather. We've got man like Joey making his debut on the channel. We say, my bro, you good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Can't complain, actually, with what's going on right now. Can't complain at all.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk into, you, man. And AJ, what you saying, bro? You good?
Big up, Don. Bless up the panel.
Bless up, man. You got Jimmy there. The matching hat, the matching vest. What you wearing there, bruv?
Oh, hold on. It don't stop there, bro.
What team is that? What team is that?
The shoes, too.
Stop playing, yo. I'm playing.
Nah, this guy's a real yard man,
guy,
you know?
That's my guy,
Come on, yo. Don't stop there, yo.
Hey, Jimmy, wait there. You ready for this, though? You ready for this, yeah? Hold on. You ready?
What?
Wait there, bro.
What that?
Hold on. Where are they? Wait
Don't
there.
start a war. Tell him, Joey, don't start a war. You can't win.
I don't think you want it with him.
Yeah, man.
I got a little collection.
Yeah,
those
man.
are clean.
Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait.
I'm sorry.
You see, there you go. You started.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you started.
Them shits are clean. But them shits do match what you wearing too, though, Jimmy. I'm not even about
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You guys,
You guys, let's put the traders back, man. Hey, big up Jimmy, man. Big up Jimmy.
He got them all in that room. Too. He got them all in that room.
Let me stop you. I got like 100 pair of sneakers in here.
I even drop things over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? But big up Jimmy. What you saying, man? What you saying? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just fresh off of Lewis channel. I almost forgot. I'm glad you was running late because I was over there running off my mouth too long.
Bro, a few of us here had to finish up with work and whatnot, yeah. But love for jumping on, my bro. And Winter Surfer, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my sneakers now just to compare. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm all good. I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. I like you say, it's humid. I don't mind the sun. It's just too humid, but. First world issues, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So
sweaty out here, man. It's sweaty out here, man. But listen, people, man. We've got 42 people in the chat so far. Let's go through some of the chat. Let's see who's in there. We've got Gaming for Life as always. Big up Don, my guy. Big up my bro. Love to see you in here. You got Arthur as well. Big up G.
My guy, Arthur, son.
Man like DJ Sav. Big up Don. Big up the panel in the chat. Big up, man, Mr. HD. What's good, my boys? We're making moves, bro. It looks like we're making moves. We've got a lot to talk about today, man. We've got Osihmen news. We've got Gallagher news. We had a here we go on a new goalkeeper, which we definitely need. You know what I'm saying? We'll speak about him as well. And just a few other things, man. Like we've got a few other young players that we're looking to sign. We've got this new Courtois keeper. I haven't done any research on the guy, to be fair, because we're not going to see him for probably at least another year.
He's not on my scout.
He is a White Scout. He's a White Scout. I haven't had a chance.
Save your minutes. Save your White Scout minutes, man.
I haven't had a chance to watch him as of yet, but I will do at some point. Just focusing mainly on the first team at the minute, yeah. But yeah, and obviously we'll speak about the massive overreaction that we saw the other day after preseason. I couldn't believe it. Actually, let me not say I couldn't believe it. I could believe it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was about to say I could believe it.
I could believe it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll speak about that, man. But listen, what better way than to start off with the massive, bomber that we got earlier this morning from man like ORNSTEIN, speaking about the whole Osihmen situation. We started to get a few whispers from Fabrizio saying that Chelsea might be open to a whole move with Lukaku, because obviously Conte wants Lukaku. So it looks like a deal can happen there. But ORNSTEIN tweeted out, he's saying Napoli in ongoing talks with Chelsea to sign Lukaku, while discussions between Napoli and Chelsea are also taking place about the move for Osihmen in opposite direction. Lukaku would be permanent and Osihmen a season-long loan and a buy option. You know what I mean? I can't lie. When I saw that in the morning, I was like, yo, this is actually making a lot of sense. This is something that I would be very, very open to, because end of the day, listen, everyone knows that I like Osihmen. I don't think he's the worst player in the world, but I don't think he's this world-class striker that people think he is. Last summer, when we was linked to him, I spoke about Tony. I said, for me, I prefer Tony because he's got the Premier League experience and he's actually better on the ball. You know, Tony's basically he's like a Harry Kane. He's a diluted version of a Harry Kane. You know, so I looked at that and thought, yeah, he's lesser of a risk than an Osihmen, right? But if we brought in Osihmen, beggars can't be choosers. At least we've got someone there that can finish chances, you know. But the price has always been a talking point. And Couch, Andrew, we go back and forth with Couch all the time. He kept banging on saying, yo, I'm not on getting Osihmen for that price. And I kept saying, listen, I don't agree with the price, but end of the day, if you want the player, you got to pay the money. We wanted Enzo Fernandez, you got to pay the fees. We wanted Caicedo, you got to pay the dough. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes, you know. But for me, bro, listen, Osihmen, I was watching a lot of his games back yesterday, actually, because I haven't watched a lot of him, to be fair. I've watched enough games to know what he's like. But I was like, do you know what? Let me focus more on his link-up play, because a lot of people speak about how poor he is on the ball. And I'll be real with you lot. His link-up play is actually not as bad as what people say. A lot of the clips that I'm seeing him trying to flick it around the corner, one-touch play, spinning, doing what like Gil does, very similar to what's his name? The guy that we won the Villa. What's his name? What's that guy?
Watkins.
Not Watkins, the other one.
Duran.
No, the other one was linked to the one that's going West Ham. It should be going West Ham anyway.
Duran.
Right, Duran, yes, very similar in terms of how it links up. I think Duran's better on the ball, but in terms of the link up, just popping it off and spinning, Osihmen is quite good at doing that. Do you know what I mean? But Joey, how did you feel about this when you saw the news, man? How you feeling about this deal, man?
Well, I feel vindication because I guessed this 8 weeks ago that this was going to happen. And anyone who's been followed, I started my channel on this topic, to be honest, 8 weeks ago. I've said that this was going to happen, and the numbers that they're talking, I'm about 15 million off in total numbers. So I've really had this like near to spot on from 2 months ago at this point. Like everything that I thought would happen on this deal is happening. I always thought I've enjoyed this player as one. He's probably one of my favorite strikers to watch in Europe. So I've spent a lot of time watching him. How
much of Napoli did you watch last season?
Last season I watched a ton of Napoli. Probably a good. I would probably say a good 3/4 of the season. I would say.
And what do you think he could actually bring to the team?
Aerial threat, bro. The aerial threat is going to change, dude. It's going to be a different aspect to our game that we haven't had because Jackson's ability of aerial threat has only progressed, but it hasn't gotten to a point that it's still at a sustainable.
It's still at a 3.
Yeah, it's progressed. I don't want to do too much hate on Jackson's aerial ability because 2 feet link up play, Jackson is fantastic. Because people got to make sure that they understand the distinguishability of what you're talking about with link up play, Don, and what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about with Jackson is link up play. When you get the ball to feet, Jackson is very good. When it's aerially, when we have an aerial threat to get out of pressing positions, it allows our center backs who have been making these types of mistakes to just be able to actually hoof it to an area that Victor would be in and to release the pressure. And that's been my biggest point with getting a different profile strikers from the beginning. I didn't even mind if it was Ivan Toney. I just wanted a different profile. I wanted someone who could give us that different dynamic aerially where we could hit the ball to them. And now with a new set piece coach that has been looking like he is actually implementing something, like that's where we're going to see a lot more of Victor than per se the link up of what you see from Jackson with his feet and having him drive with the ball. You know what I'm saying? Is going to be a totally different type of player where he's not going to need the ball for very much. And once again, to kind of go back to Enzo Maresca, fitting in Enzo Maresca's system, I don't want to take too much of your time here, but going to fit back to Enzo Maresca's system, Jamie Vardy and Patson Daka averaged around 25 to 30 touches in each and every single game. Getting a striker like Victor and having him getting him in attacking scenarios where now you're adding the aerial ability and you're adding the stretch ability of the play where he could stretch the field with as good as anybody in Europe, and you could hit that breaking ball to him and break the lines through to him. and he does beat the press pretty well overall. He has the one thing that I've been missing in this as an attacker is a striker's instinct. I've missed the striker's instinct overall. So, like, for example, if you watched the game before, again with against Celtic, Mudryk had a cross. He had the only like real opportunity Mudryk ever created in the entire game. The only time he really touched the ball, but he had a cross and he fizzed it totally across the pitch, and no one could link up to it. And there was so many times last year where we saw something similar to that without a guy who's up there trying to get on and latch onto it. And that's what those are the things that I expect I expect from Victor. Like to be that guy to latch onto those crosses coming from within aerially, or if they're just getting fizzed in front of the 6-yard box. Spot
on, and that's exactly what big up Kazrick here. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Big yourself up, bro. Says Victor's presence alone is good for the team. I think he's meant to say there, and that's something that I kept saying to these guys. I said, bro, one thing about Osihmen, yeah, he's a big guy, but he manages to find space in the box where you don't think there's space, bro. You know what I'm saying? Certain crosses that are just whipped in because he's so tall, bro, and lanky. He just leaves his leg there, and before you know it, it's in. And like you've said, the aerial presence as well, bro. A lot of the goals that I was watching back from him, he has scored a lot of headers, bro. And that's something that we're missing in this team. We're missing that aerial threat.
And not only that, Don, he's the type of striker where he forces center backs to make mistakes. Meaning, a center, he won't even be your guy, and you'll look over your shoulder and might peek at him, and your guy get free. Because he's that much of a threat in the box. He's that guy that makes you looking.
And he's relentless on the press.
I'm saying.
That's the other thing.
Can sneak by.
Relentless presser.
And just like another thing that people don't realize is that's the one thing Jackson don't have. When we need to hoof it out the back, Jackson's gonna win that maybe 10% of the time. Opposed to like a Tony or Osihmen, they're probably gonna win it 50% of the time, bro. Bring it down and bring players in. That's what we need from when we're hoofing it out the back. It won't just be clearing it out. Big fact. It's coming right back.
It gives us a different dimension. It gives us
that's a dimension that we do not have. And people don't understand that takes off so much pressure off your back line. It takes off tons of pressure off your back line when you're able to hoop it to the front and actually have a threat up front.
Yeah.
Like a real threat. Because I remember, because people kept talking about height. And I tell people, Tony is only 5'11". And I saw him go like 15 for 15 in duels against William Saliba. He baby boyed Saliba. You ever seen the movie Baby Boy? When he picked up on Tyrese and put him in the headlock? Yeah, call for your mother now. Call for your mother. Yeah. That's what he did to Saliba. Like, call for Gabriel.
Bro, I was at Emirates, yeah? At the Emirates.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was at that game, bro.
Did you see 2 years ago what Victor did the VVD 2 years ago in Champions League?
And that's what I'm saying.
He made him look like a child out there. He made him look like a child. Like it wasn't even. He would win every aerial duel that against VVD. We don't have anybody who can.
And that's my thing. So even when these guys are not scoring,
bullying in the air too much. It's true.
Yes, when they're not scoring with the amount of gunners around us now, because we see Cole Palmer's a gunner. We already know Nkunku's a gunner, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So with those type of guys around, he don't even have to win it just have it a threat. You know, sometimes a defender trying to win an aerial duel against a better person, he fuck around and knock it backwards, knock it sideways. He's just trying to win it. Opposed to Jackson, you're gonna win it. Not only are you gonna win it, you're gonna be able to direct it when you win. Yeah, because he's not winning.
With Jackson, this is the thing though. With Jackson, he is not naturally a striker. He came up as a winger, and he's trying to learn. He's trying to learn that role. And that's something that I was saying about Mark Gill. When I was watching Mark Gill, and I told these lot about him before, obviously when we signed him and stuff, I said, listen, one thing that I'm noticing with him, his instinct to get in behind is something that's natural. And even in the box, when I'm watching him, there's certain positions that he's finding. Even Omarodian, as much as I don't want Omarodian, his box movement is very, very good in comparison to
It's
Jackson.
impeccable.
You know what I mean? Very, very good.
And it's real because if you look at the best header Jackson had was the game winner against Forest. He was kind of coming in off the left when Reece James. Remember, Reece James came down the wing. He was kind of coming off the left. That header was a bullet head. That's the best header he ever had.
Even Brentford was a good one as well.
That's all it was.
Brentford? It was the game winner. I know it was the game winner. I thought it was Forest. But that header
AJ,
was
just a quick one. Just a quick one, AJ. Yeah. How are you feeling about this Osihmen news, bro? And do you think that it's going to affect our style of play? Do you feel that we're going to be depending on Victor and just playing for him?
Well, first of all, the news this morning is like a take it or leave it deal. Like that's something we definitely got to take. We've been struggling to find something in the market, but I do agree with you, and we've had many conversations on this that I prefer Tony over Osihmen, but I agree with everything that Joey said. All the points, we need this profile of player. We haven't had this. I'm saying we haven't had it since Giroud, but even on a bigger level, we just haven't really had this in a long time. So I'm cool with it. We got to do this. Like this is something that we have to do, but I do think the style of play might change a little bit because so far we've seen a little bit of a fluid striker playing in our preseason, whereas Osihmen, he's kind of more of a box presence, Yeah. So it might work though because we kind of haven't been scoring goals, but we are in the box a lot. If you look at our preseason games, so I do think he can. I think he might be actually what we need now that we play this style of football, where we kind of just need somebody in the box, and with having him and Nkunku in the box, that's some lethal finishers that we have in the box.
Like real men, you know what I'm saying? They're just gonna be, one thing about you, bro, he's African, bruv. You know what I'm saying? He's, okay, just get, you know what I'm saying, in the box, bro.
Doing the dirty work. Yeah.
All of that, bro. All of that. You know
and he does work. He presses. He does all that. He does all of that.
He works hard. He works hard, man.
That is going to be the most impressive from this guy, in my opinion. What you're going to see pressing wise, like you're going to see like a madman pressing. That's what I see from this guy.
And that's why. And I know it's going to be a lot of fans upset about Gallagher, but with his pressing and Dewsbury Hall, because I don't even people know Dewsbury Hall is a hell of a presser too.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. What we're going to get from them to impressing, like, yo, we good, man. We good. They can press. Dewsbury Hall can press, bro.
We'll speak about the likes of Dewsbury Hall after, because, again, I spoke about the overreaction that we saw the other day. And, bro, there's so many men that were even missing in this lineup, but I don't want to go into that in too much detail. Yeah? But Andrew, listen, Fabrizio, he came out a few hours after basically saying Osimen's agent, basically said it's a fantasy about this loan package. It's fake news. It's not real. How did you feel about this tweet, bro, when it came in? Do you think it's just doing it to save face, or do you think there's actually some truth in that?
Well, as reported earlier in the summer, the agent is due a fee as well for a transfer. Plus, I think he's about to get banned later this year as well. So that's why he wants his money. He wants his money. He wants his money as quickly as possible. So no doubt he's the one going no, or advising him. But that can be taken with, we know the reason why he's saying it, because he wants his money and he's going to be out of a job soon. If it is a loan with an obligation to buy, I think it's a great move. Even if it's paying 58 million, I think it's a great move. I think all Chelsea fans with a sane rationale and an IQ above 12 will have been calling this type of deal all summer to include Lukaku in there. The reason PSG can't get this deal done is because Napoli don't want one of Mawani or Ramos as part of this package. Okay, Conte does not want those two. Look, Conte does not want one of those two players. He wants Lukaku. We hold the ace. Everyone going, oh yeah, but Osihmen wants Champions League football. That's been debunked about an hour ago. You'd be okay to move to Chelsea. So it's not as if we just can't. We've been following this guy for over a year, sort of like in Cuckoo style, without signing him. Do you know what I mean? I don't need him to be world class. I just need him to score 25 tap-ins in the league, and I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. I just don't care. I'm all this like everyone everyone will criticize Erling Haaland because he doesn't do this. He bags goals. I really don't care what my striker does. I've got other players to do that, like Palmer and Cuckoo and Jackson to do my flair stuff. I don't. I just need him on the end. I need him on the end of things, and I need. Let's face it. If I prefer him coming in than that Omicron kid from Atletico Madrid or whatever the hell he's called. I don't know what he's called, but I'm
scared of him too. I'm scared of him too, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I can't even do the whole PM or none of that with Overreaction. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is.
The issue is
like, if we get him, it's like.
Jimmy, if you sign Jorgenson and this kid from this, all right, Samu, then for me that's projects in two of the most important areas of the pitch, and I can't have that. If you give me Jorgenson and Osihmen,
and the striker,
I'm fine with that. Jorgenson will be the project, no problem. But I think it's a good idea. I think they will go above the wage structure for this guy. They've already said they'll report it. I think they'll incentivize it. I think the goal bonuses will be insane for this guy. You know what I mean? And just say you want them extra money, score the goals, and get us to the Champions League, and you boost your wages. It's a very simple.
I think we have no problem paying.
He moves all their wages.
Yeah.
Everybody. We have no problem paying him whatever he wants if he takes us to Champions League.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
And if he wants some more money, Enzo's dishing out some apparently. Do you know what I mean? Enzo.
Just start a foundation. Start a foundation.
Yeah.
And the thing about strikers as well, even if he takes lower wages, he could just ask for a mad bonus. You know what I'm saying? Every time they get in, goal bonus,
ask for the goal
it's an
bonus,
incentive.
bro.
You know what I mean? So that bonus will stay there, and then if he helps us get Champions League or whatever, compete or whatever, then he's gonna get the bigger bag. You know what I mean? But people, listen, we've got 343 people in the house. Big up Lewis for the raid. Listen, make sure that you smashed up the likes. Let me see what we're on right now, man. Make sure that you smashed up the likes.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough right now. Right now. We're on 77 likes, people. Let's try to get to 100 in the next 5 minutes or so, people.
No. There's 300 in here. I need 250. That's what I need.
250 likes. 250 likes. Yeah. How greedy? You know
250
what I'm saying? How greedy? But listen, serious question though, AJ. Yeah. If we do land Osihmen, right, and obviously it looks like we're probably going to look at another position after that. We definitely need another winger. You know, for me, I look at that left hand side, and it's very inconsistent. Sterling off the bench, I thought he did pretty well. Starting games, I don't know what Sterling I'm going to get. One day he plays like, you know, what he did against Kyle Walker, against West Ham, against these teams. But then there's other games where he's playing like what he did against Leicester, a championship side. They tell us. You know what I'm saying? And Mudryk at the same time. Certain games, I'm like, yo, this guy looks like he could do a little something. And then certain games, I'm like, bro, what's going on here? You know, it looks like you've just woken up.
He never gets on the ball enough.
You know, there's
ball enough.
And then he
there's no one I can look at.
Yeah, he just
he's high. He does high.
That's the
you know
problem.
what I mean? There's no one I can look at on that left hand side and actually depend on them at this moment in time. So if we do get an Osihmen, AJ, realistically, where do you think that Chelsea could finish next season, bro?
Man, it really depends on our defense. You know, I think if we could get our defense right, then I think we have a really good chance of finishing, you know, in the top 5. I'd say the top 5 right now.
Let your balls hang, man. Let your balls hang, man.
You know why I say that though?
Because man,
I gotta see how the first couple games go, because I really don't know what it's gonna look like. You feel me? Like I know what I'm seeing in preseason, but we still missing like 3-4 ballers. Like once Cole Palmer comes in, once Enzo Kai
6 ballers.
Yeah, we had 6 or 7 ballers out.
Like this is what I'm saying.
Most of them are starters as well.
I gotta see what's going on. Like I have a quiet confidence, but I'm just worried about the defense because we still missing a certain characteristic in the defense, and that's
what do you think we're missing back there.
We just missing a boss, bro. Who wants to be the boss?
I was about to say that common influence. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Somebody got to be that common influence. Somebody got to give us that confidence back there.
It's open, bro. It's open. I know Reece James is the captain. He has his role in the team. But as far as our center backs, our 6-foot center backs, who wants to be the boss of the team?
The thing is, though, AJ, on that, I hear what you're saying in terms of the defending doesn't look great at the minute, yeah. But at the same time, don't you feel that the structure at the minute, obviously, is something new that they're trying to learn? And one thing that I noticed as well is we kept getting done on the transition because Reece James is inverting. He's basically playing as a centre mid, yeah? And then off the ball, he's running away from the midfield and leaving Lavia by himself. So now we're going to a back four. The the centre backs are getting all this pressure put on them.
The problem is our midfielders ahead of them though are not getting back in transition. That's the problem. Like just to finish up.
But think about it. Chukwuemeka is not going to be playing that role.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that. Yeah, because we'll speak about that in a sec. Yeah, but again, for me, like there's certain players playing in positions where I don't want to be seeing them. For me, Levi Colwill, I've seen enough on that left hand side. He is not a left. He shouldn't be playing on that left-hand side where he's covering wide areas. He's just not good enough to cover wide areas. From what I've seen from Vega, Vega's good when it comes to covering wide areas, and he can actually invert as well because he can play midfield, right? Levi, I think, is better centrally. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think when Caicedo and come back, you're going to see on a transition, it will help us. Because last season, when I'm watching Leicester off the ball, bro, one thing I said to you guys, even if you go back to the Maresca introduction video I did, was off the ball, they're very compact. They had the third best defensive record, and I could see why. Because they go into a compact shape, 4-5-1, they drop back. Indeed, he was dropping back and helping the midfielders, and then the person that was inverting, Ricardo Pereira.
That's why indeed he played that advanced state role, because he covered the ground well.
Exactly, and that's covered the ground well.
People,
at the minute, it looks bad.
Caicedo's gonna be, and like those guys aren't here yet. You know,
exactly. It looks bad because the personnel that are playing in positions where they're meant to be covering just aren't doing it. Whether that's fitness, they just haven't got the legs. You know, there's so many things. But
a bit of everything on that.
Exactly.
There's still a lot of individual mistakes from our center backs, and that's the main problem. Even people's out of position, this, that, and the third. Just letting people run off the back of you, just not covering space, not being in the right body shape.
Yeah,
like,
but that's cohesion, though. Yeah, there's no cohesion yet. Yeah.
So as long as Maresca could see that and tell them, like, yo, you can't do this or do this, switch this. I don't like how this looks. If he's really getting into the weeds of it, and it looks like he's doing that.
That's exactly what he's
doing. When he gets to them, you know, hopefully it could fix it. And we have potential in the center back.
I think that also the other thing, though, bro, if you have a striker who you can just hit it up to, it makes decision making a lot easier.
Yeah,
you know
much easier.
Decision making so much easier.
Anytime you feel under pressure,
as soon as you think that you're under pressure, you're hitting it to where you think Victor is
in an area.
It changes the dynamic of how we play, because then at that point, bro. At that point, people are going to start to realize if we're getting out of pressure as easily as I think we will, just by being able to they're going to just drop back. People won't press us anymore.
Yeah, people won't be able to press. Yes, if they're going to be pressing and leaving their center back one-on-one with Osihmen, they're going to start saying, you know what, we can't do this. We're going to have to
exactly. They're gonna, and that's the difference in this, right? Is when we're getting us getting pressed. When we get pressed, we don't have an outlet, like a true outlet that we can always just go to. Like every team that you look at, like even Arsenal, that's what they do with Havertz. Pretty much. It's like their outlet in any scenario when getting pressed is hoofing it to where they think Havertz is going to be. That's what it is.
Ugly ass does win headers.
But I bring him up in the sense that you can get even more from that position by getting a better player. You can get
100%. And Andrew, what do you think of this comment here? Big up Saka is him. Yeah, it says Osihmen is not clinical at all. I wonder how he will perform, which is a good point. To be fair, I don't think he's a clinical player either. But what do you think of this take, Andrew?
Well, I don't know what it is at Chelsea. We seem to create the most chances, but our strikers always fluff their lines. It's very weird at Chelsea. We're the most we can create one of the most chances ever, or be like in the top 3. And there's something wrong with our strikers. It's like only really like 4. I'll include Jackson in because he surprised me. So there's only really 4 over the last 20 years that have clicked, and it's Costa.
Anybody good at bringing up stats real quick? Somebody tell me his conversion rate compared to some of the strikers in his league.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no,
he's better.
They go off of their own fucking. Well, I watched AFCON, and I'm like, man, miss me with that shit. Tell me what his conversion rate is compared to some of the best.
I'll add Giroud to the list because I just like Giroud and what he gave to us. But clinical is because I think people's judgments of strikers are so clouded by the Messi Ronaldo getting like 90 goals a season that you know, or Haaland breaking his duck. That's just freakish. I just need him to, you know, even if it's, I need him to get in.
Bro, I need someone in the position.
I need him to get like
too many
I need
chances.
him to get. Hang on, let me just. I need him to get like goals, but also important goals. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I can't. I need to not see him for 87 minutes and then he bags a winner in the 91st minute. Do you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. I need him just to convert the first goal to get our nerves out of the way, to calm the team down and away to it. You know what I mean? That's the type of, or I need him to have like I need to have a Tony type performance away at Anfield where he didn't score, but he bossed the entire defense and helped Brentford. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just one of those. I would also say this. If we're going to have someone like Osihmen, then you need to have Reece James on that right wing and not in midfield all the time, because that's the weapon. Do you know what I mean? That is a weapon to have. I prefer to have Cucurella if he's going to invert, because I think Cucurella can do it better. But with Osihmen, he doesn't. Clinical it's a very strange thing, and when no striker in the world is clinical, or else you see 100% clinicalness. Even Haaland's not that clinical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But I just need him to have a positive, massive impact in us achieving stuff. So, you know,
100%. And bro, it's about time we bring in a bastard up top, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes I look at Jackson and I'm like, bro, like Jackson, bro, like you've got the ability, but show me a little something. You know what I'm saying? Don't let guys rattle you. You rattle them. You know what I'm saying? You rattle them and get in their head. Yeah, Osihmen bags a goal. He takes off the mask. He's gonna go crazy. Imagine the mask at the bridge, and then Cuckoo scores, and now you see balloons at the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fucking party.
Balloons everywhere, dog. It look like a party for real.
I've been waiting to see that for a year now, bro. I've been waiting.
You know what? Yeah, that's actually made me think of something, Joey. That's actually made me think of something, because obviously Jackson, for me, listen, if Osihmen comes in, it will be a shame to drop Jackson. Yeah, and we've obviously got a problem on that left-hand side. And from what I was seeing from Jackson last season, bro, on the left, I can't lie, the steps, the flair, even the creativity, just causing a problem and actually staying touchline on that side. How do you feel about actually moving Jackson across to the left and keeping Gill, for example? Because I want Mark Gill to stay, bro. I don't want this guy to get loaned anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We've got a lot of games, right? Would you be up for that, playing Jackson on the left?
Bro, you're speaking my language. This is what I've been telling people to do for like a little over 6 months. From what I've been wanting Jackson. I've loved what Jackson did for us last year, but there was a game specifically, I think it might have been against like Leicester or Leeds, right, where he played Jackson. They played Jackson on the left, and he was pinning down his fullback like he was the striker, but pinning down his fullback and turning on him, and he did it like 7 or 8 times. Him doing that to a fullback. He could do that consistently to every single fullback in the entire league. Him doing that to the center backs in this league is not it. It's not it.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. And again, people look at Jackson, they think because the finishing's bad, he's a shit player. Bro, Jackson, when you watch this guy, is not a bad player.
They don't understand ball. That's why. They don't
understand, bro. Because bro,
you
know what made Chelsea fans realize, yeah? You know what made Chelsea fans realize, yeah? And I'm glad this happened. When he went to AFCON, they realized how important Jackson is for us. Yeah, because we were playing Cole Palmer up top. We will try Broja at first. And I kept telling these lot, people like, oh, bro, just give him a chance. I said, bro, I watched this guy in person, right? Broja is 6'3" at least, 6'2". He's jumping out of headers. He's not moving the same. I said, yeah, that injury has done him for now. He needs to move on, right? He got moved out of there. Palmer played as a 9. That didn't really work out because we had no one else dictating the game, you know? And then when Jackson came back, all of a sudden, he went on a little hot streak and whatnot. And, oh, yeah, Jackson's actually a player. That's what made people realize. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know what they say? What's that saying? They say? What did they say? What's it? Something makes the heart go stronger or something like that. What's that saying?
Absence makes the heart grow stronger.
Yo, but that's when Chelsea fans... That's exactly when Chelsea fans like committed to defending Jackson after he went away to the AFCON, came back and had the impact on the team. That's when we started seeing, because half these people in the chat right now, y'all used to slander Jackson, you know,
slander.
Now you see what he brings to the team. And imagine having Jackson, Osihmen, Nkunku, and Palmer in the attack. That's a very dynamic attack, you know. If you can make that work, that's dynamic as hell. And
imagine having Jackson
Because now you
Imagine
have places like you don't necessarily have to rely on Victor in every single game. You can play Jackson, you can play Nkuku in different spots. Like I believe both Nkuku and Jackson can play left wing. Like I think they both can play left wing.
But
So
imagine now having like Victor up front and having Jackson not be the main focal point for their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, he might bag more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a target in Victor, right? They'll target Palmer. Everyone knows Palmer's going to get targeted more this season. We all know that, right? They're going to do that. You've got Jackson might bag even more goals. You know,
I pulled up the conversion rates.
I know he'll miss a load because he's that player. I know he'll miss a load because he's
conversion rates for Haaland and Victor. It's 27% for Haaland and 21% for Victor.
27% for Victor, 6% more.
Yeah, no, it's the other way around. Haaland has 7% more than Victor.
Yeah. Okay, but but that obviously changes.
But once again, that's in a team that Victor. You guys have to understand what Victor's last season was. He had 3 managers, 3 different managers during that time frame. He was injured. He came back from an injury during the time midway through to a manager switch, and he didn't want to be there to begin with. He didn't want to be at Napoli to begin with. He wanted to leave after his title-winning season. They didn't let him.
No, it's facts, man. It's facts. But listen, there's another player here who hopefully we're going to get the here we go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Someone here that I don't want anymore. You know, I don't want this guy at this club. I didn't want him here last summer. I wanted him gone, right? And I said to these lot in the group chat time and time again, I said, yo, you see Gallagher, we need to get rid of this guy because Poch is going to love him, right? Everything that Poch loves in players, the pressing, the intensity, come on football, you know what I'm saying? Gallagher football, yeah? He loves that type of football. I said, let's get rid of this guy, you know, and we suffered, you know, and England fans, or rivals even, kept telling us, yo, this is your best midfielder, best performing midfielder. You know, if you tell a monkey to go climb a tree and go tell a fish to go do the same thing, who's going to go climb the tree the quickest, bro? You know what I'm saying? Same thing as Gallagher. If you're playing his style of football, of course he's going to look the best. You've got Caicedo running about looking like a fool. You've got Enzo running about as if he's Iniesta, and at the same time is Busquets, at the same time is that player. It was never going to work. You know what I'm trying to say? So for me, we need this guy to go to España. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to shout Lee Gunner. I know he's got some plugs over there to try and get him over there quicker, you know, because he needs to leave the club. I'm tired of Gallagher. I don't even want him off the bench because he will take minutes away from other players that have more tech than him, you know. England fans saw it this year, what we've been seeing all season. They wanted to start him. Oh, you know, Gallagher starts for you lot. He starts for you lot. When every time I ask them, guys, you lot, yeah, what? Does he start in your midfield? Would you take him? No. It's only us that should have suffered. It's only us that should have suffered with this Conor Gallagher guy.
John, do you remember the turn? Do you remember when he played for England? And all the rival fans went, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? They went, he is rubbish. They all turned and said, yeah, you're telling us to keep him. And now you're what? Because he plays for the country now. He's now rubbish. That's what I'm saying. Everyone go, oh yeah, Gallagher's your best midfielder. Okay, well let's list of the clubs that are coming in for him. Who came in for him? Everton, Tottenham, Newcastle, Villa to extent. Now Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid's the most high profile one. But I'm willing to accept anything for this guy. If they want to go up to 30, 35 plus add-ons, fine. I don't. It meets his criteria of a Champions League club as well. So he should want to.
That's a very good move for him. That's a very good move. There's really no reason for him to not take that, especially if you see that the club is like kind of shaky on you. They're like, we don't really want you to be here. You know, no disrespect. So it's like, bro, go to Spain. The weather's nice and all of that. Like
exactly. And he seems like he doesn't want to go to any rivals. Like he turned down a move to Aston Villa, which to me was weird because you're gonna go play Champions League football. Villa aren't really our ops. I know right now they're trying to build a little something, but I'll be real with you. Long term, I don't look at Villa and get scared. You know,
they're not a major club. That's why.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I know they've got European heritage and whatnot. Yeah, but bro, we're Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? They're Aston Villa. Exactly. You know what I mean? He's turned down Spurs, so you are right when you say that, bro. But Joey, what do you think? What do you think of this move? Do you think it will be a good move for him to go to Madrid, Atletico Madrid?
Oh, it's the perfect spot.
Yeah,
it's literally like the perfect spot for him. Like you couldn't have gotten to it. I think honestly, Tottenham would still be a good spot for him. Like I'm not gonna lie, Like, I think Tottenham still would be a good spot, but it's a perfect spot for us to get rid of him, so we just don't see him. Like, he just ends up being like, he's over in Spain. We don't have to worry about him. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to actually like look at. Like, he's just over in Spain doing this thing.
He won't come back to haunt us.
Exactly.
No, 100%.
Can't unless we see him in the Champions League. And then two, and the second thing is like, we don't have this English fan base watching him every single week, because we know that the English fan base don't watch anything but English football. So they're not gonna go and watch freaking Atletico.
Yeah, what he's doing in La Liga, you damn sure they're not.
They ain't watching him. They ain't watching him.
They don't care.
So he's gone. He's out of sight, out of mind, and
bye.
There's not, and the outrage of it is going to be less than Mount, because he's not going to a rival if he goes to Madrid. So
Facts.
it ends up being
that banner was worth it. I hope that banner was worth it, man.
What a waste of time, man. What a waste of time. But Jimmy, what do you think of this news? What do you think of this news, Jimmy?
I got a t-shirt I'm gonna make. If we sell Gallagher, we quiet. Remember they had the one, if we sell Gallagher, if we sell Gallagher, we quiet. Shh. Don't make a big fuss. Bring us.
It's time to go, man. It's time to go. And Maresca just came out saying that we might be seeing Dewsbury Hall tomorrow. He had a bit of a knock on his. I think he had a problem when he finished off the season, and it's kind of led into preseason as well. But he should be getting some minutes. But another player that's been kind of spoken about in the Athletic article that I saw today was Ben Chilwell. And it's looking like he's another player that's most likely going to be moved on. You know, he's pretty much redundant in this system.
I call Chilwell Chelsea's worst player. I honestly feel he's our worst player. Ben Chilwell. He's our dollar for dollar, pound for pound. Ben Chilwell is our worst player.
No disrespect.
Let me read you what just came out as well. So Maresca literally said this, I think, in his presser, right? He said Chile's situation is a bit delicate in terms of trying to find a solution for him in his position. Delicate in terms of finding the right position for him, you know, and everything there basically tells me this guy is redundant. He's not going to work in my system. He can't invert.
You know what Maresca also said? He said that Ben Chilwell is our left fullback. That's what he said.
Is that what he said?
He's a left fullback. He's quoted as saying Chilwell is a left fullback. This is from a guy who wants to invert. He wants to invert a fullback. That for me,
exactly.
He said, "I don't use that."
Yeah, he doesn't think Chilwell. He doesn't see Chilwell being an inverted type. He doesn't see it at all. Doesn't see it. And
what do you think? Go on, Andrew. Carry on, bro.
I think Ben Chilwell. I don't know who would take him. He's on very high wages. He's like over 200k a week. So he's going to have to drop his wages, or someone's going to have to see something in him that we don't anymore. He can't. Listen, everyone go, all these like the Chelsea Adars go, he's a much better defender than Cucurella. Is he shit? Is he better than Sofa? Is he rubbish? Is he better defender than Cucurella? Cucurella is a better defender and can adapt. We've seen it. He inverted. He did it for club and country. He was the best left back at the Euros. He set up the winner. Do you know what I mean? Apart from a little period in the final, Xhaka didn't do anything with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's Cucurella's spot for
Cucurella's. I really love this Cucurella redemption arc.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? I really do love it. I reckon. Listen, is he the best? No. You don't need world-class players in that position. Ben Chilwell, those injuries ruined him. Absolutely ruined him. But he was better as a wing back, not a left back. We saw it. For me, he was the poster boy for Tuchel's training when Tuchel first arrived. He was a left wing back. He was the most improved player. It was left wing back.
If you can play up and down that wing, man.
If you can only play left wing back and you're struggling left back, you can't really offer much. Do you know what I mean? As a team, especially if we're going to invert one of the fullbacks, you need that other left back to be. If we're not going to Cucurella, left back needs to be there Cucurella needs to be there as he's the better defender. He's just the better defender. Period.
I knew Chilwell was done when I saw him play left center back in the preseason game. I'm like, this guy is done
Ross.
because he's not. He's just out there right now just because he's on the trip. You know, like, I mean, he's declined. You know, he was never ever the best technically. You know, and he's declined. You know, with the injuries.
No, he wasn't.
On top of that, you know, it's just like the type of football doesn't fit you. So it's like so many things against you, bro. It's like he probably already knew that it was going this way, to be honest.
Bro, it's not even the thing is, it's not even a personal thing with him. That's one thing about me, right? Listen, I've seen some. We've seen some top players leave the club. We've seen Hazard leave. We've seen Lampard leave. We've seen Terry leave. We've seen Drogba leave. There's always an end to the story. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ben Chilwell, right now, the guy's not even 30, right? He should still be able to play. But unfortunately, he can't maintain his fitness. But there's still a lot of people that, well, not going to say a lot of people. There's a small minority that are trying to complain about this whole Chilwell thing. Big up CB, he's one of them, you know, because they're so stuck up on nostalgia and he won us the Champions League. Yeah, bro, he helped us with the Champions League, yes. But bro, this guy is finished, like you lot are saying. He's redundant now. You know what I mean? He's absolutely finished. And I don't know where he's gonna go. Where do you guys think he's gonna end up, Joey? Where do you see Chilwell going after this?
Bro, I hope he ends up at, like, I don't know, Gaza Strip or some shit.
Oh my God.
Like, send this dude to wherever you want to send him, bro. I don't know. I don't care. Just like at this point, just get him off my club.
He go to like he came from Leicester. He came from Leicester. You know, you go
out
back
to
like
club. They don't want him.
Chilwell need to learn. Chilwell need to learn Greek and go to fucking Olympiacos. Start learning Greek, Chilwell.
Yep.
Olympiacos waiting for you.
That's Champions League, right?
Other shit, so.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no,
definitely Champions League.
We've got another update from Fabrizio, man. We've got another update from Fabrizio. I think he's just said this on his YouTube. It says here, trust me, Osihmen to Chelsea is not imminent. It's in the early discussion stages and not something for today or tomorrow. It will take time to understand what happens. Yeah, these things will take time, innit? He's not really saying anything.
A deal that large doesn't.
Yeah, you ain't saying shit, Fabrizio. Like, we don't know that. Not today, not tomorrow. Really? Not today and not tomorrow? Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, hell bet it would be today or tomorrow.
It's crazy, man.
Where do you think
20 more likes until we get to 200 people. Keep smashing those likes. We still got 362 people in the house. Listen, we got the here we go recently on a new keeper. Obviously before it was reported that we're not looking at a new keeper. Sanchez is going to be the number one. He's going to be battling out of Petrovic and whatnot. But listen, me, Andrew, AJ, we all kind of said the same thing. We said, listen, last season they said the exact same thing about Kepa. I remember they said, Kepa's going to be the number one. Preseason came, Poch saw what the hazard that he was and was like, nah, we need to go and bring someone else, you know. So we've gone and brought in, what's his name, Jorgenson, from Villarreal. I don't know if you guys know much about him, but to be fair, when I watched this guy back, I watched a lot of his games when I was linked to him at the start of the season, and I watched Valles as well because I was linked to both of them. For me, Valles is the one that I preferred because he looked like he was a little bit more stable in the goal, looked a little bit more commanding, looked a little bit more like he had the authority, looked like a captain behind there as well. And again, he just looks like a better shot stopper in terms of being on the ball. He looks better than Jorgenson, and he's older, a little bit more experienced. But this Jorgenson guy, he's not the worst keeper that I've seen. Those certain clips that I've seen, I can't lie, where he looks a bit like Kepa. Certain times he's pamming it out into dangerous areas. And I'm like, bro, in situations like that, just punch it out, you know what I'm saying, wide, so it goes that way, or just grab the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't be pamming it out into dangerous areas when you can just get rid of it, you know? But overall, I can't lie, bro. Jorgenson on the ball, he could definitely do exactly what Maresca needs him to do. He's good on the ball. I think in terms of his area, he's good at cross collection as well. That's something that he's good at. His shot stopping is decent. That's one thing that I would say. It's decent. It's not the best. And I literally watched all the goals back that he conceded. It's not all on him. You know, some of the goals I was looking at, he could have saved it, to be fair. But a lot of them, bro, Villarreal's defense was so bad. These men conceded 65 goals. Yeah, a lot of games that I'm watching, I'm seeing them just run through. They conceded 65 goals. They had a 0 goal difference. Wow. You know, so as much as I thought he could have done better with some of the chances he was conceding, a lot of the goals that he was conceding, it wasn't just on him. It was a defense. Or the whole structure of the team was quite bad. You know, so overall, listen, I'm not mad at the signing, but I'm not gassed about the signing, if that makes sense. I'm just like, okay, cool. Let's see what he can do. I can see the potential. And I reckon he'll help us play a lot better as well because he's quite good on the ball. He's definitely better than Sanchez on the ball, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And he's got a lot of potential. So let's see what happens in it. Because when De Gea came to the Prem, he was, 21? Shocking in that first season. All of a sudden, something clicked and he became one of the best keepers in the world. You know? But Joey, what do you think of the signing of Jorgenson, bro?
This guy on his feet is really good. When I watch him, with the ball at his feet, he's really, really good. And he is really calm with the ball at his feet. And there was a lot of times I probably watched about almost a little over 5 games with him. And whenever he had like pressure on him, he just looked probably like the calmest player in the defense, like out of the defenders that were there. Like even the defense was woeful. The midfield would just get bypassed by Villarreal, and they would literally be just getting panned with shots.
Yeah,
just panned with shots.
55 goals is never the goalie's fault. There's clearly a fundamental problem.
Yeah,
big problem, AJ. Big problem, bro. Massive problem. I'm telling you, some of the goals were laughable. You know, like ding, 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 that clown music. I promise you now, I watched about 10, 15 goals. And one thing I noticed about them as well, yeah, they could not defend set pieces to save their life. He was conceding a lot of goals from set pieces where they're just whipping it in from like a wide area, and none of them are getting their head on it. You know what I'm trying to say? So when I'm looking at it from Chelsea's point of view, with a set piece coach now, a little bit more height of tossing, the likes of Fofana starting, even Badia Shield, these sort of guys, aerially, we should be a lot better than Villarreal. You know, I look at him like an Edison sort of profile. Edison's not the best shot stopper, but Man City keep the ball, right? So he doesn't have to keep getting pammed. That's what we've got to do with Jorgenson. Don't let him get pammed. Same way with Arsenal. They don't let Raya get pammed because Raya's not the best shot stopper either. You know, he's good. He's athletic. He's a cat. He's got agility. But if you keep pamming him, he ain't going to keep saving you like Alisson. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's exactly what we need. A goalie whose agility is up there, because if you look at the type of chances that we give up, it's mostly going to be on the break, counter-attack type chances. And you need a goalie who can react very well and read the situation very well. Like, look at Sanchez. 2 of them goals he probably could have stopped. Definitely that third goal that what was the name of the team he was playing again? Celtic, yeah. Like, he could have came out if he read the situation better. So the only thing that I say this all the time, I have Kepa PTSD. These small goalies just attract bangers. These goals that are from 25,
He's not
30
small, AJ.
yards.
He's not small, bro.
He's not small?
He's 6'3".
Okay.
He's 6'3", bro.
Okay.
He's the same height as Valles. He's the
I
same
didn't
height
do
as
my
Valles.
research, so I don't know. That's why I'm not saying.
Nah, Kepa's 6 foot. He's 3 inches taller than Kepa.
Okay. I could rock with that.
What'd you think of the signing, Jimmy?
I'm with it. I'd have rather us take all that gazillion dollars and what cost it, but hindsight's 20/20. You know what I mean? So we had to do something better than Sanchez. Sanchez is dumpster juice.
Please.
He'll never change,
juice, bro. He is just garbage. Sanchez is garbage to me because he's guaranteed you to lose you a game from a bozo moment.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Yeah. A handful of them. He had a couple bozo moments against Celtic. He gave the ball he's hard.
You know what I don't understand about that guy, yeah? I honestly feel he looks at humans and he thinks that we're holograms, yeah? Where if you touch the guy's skin, your hand will go on the other side, yeah? Because why does he try to always play it through bodies? I don't understand why he does
right through people.
He tries to play it right through people. And I'm like, bro, this is a body.
Like he expect them to glitch like a video game.
Yeah, it's a human body. Do you think it's just going to go through his body? Like, what are you doing? You know, don't try to go for the luxury pass all the time like Bruno Fernandes. Sometimes if you need to go long, bro, fucking go long. You know, or try to get your centre back to come closer to you. You know, that actually leads me to the next thing that I want to speak about because, listen, boys, I didn't actually watch the game against Celtic here, but I got an idea of how the game was the other day because these lot in the group chat were going crazy. I saw Twitter going crazy. I watched the highlights and that, yeah. But I want to focus more on the overreaction in this fan base, right? Because that was fucking embarrassing what I was seeing the other day. You know, a lot of people saying he's not going to make it till Christmas. This is what happens when you hire a championship coach, you know. And I'm like, these guys have barely even been in America for 48 hours. Yeah, they've literally just got there. The manager's been working with the team for about 2 weeks. Like we've spoken about earlier, there's a lot of players, key players that are going to be starting for us that aren't there. And already you're planting a seed, trying to plant this negative seed. We're getting relegated. We're done for. You know what I'm trying to say? What do you think of these guys, AJ, bro, that were just moving crazy on the TL, bro? Crazy.
Bro, let me tell you something. You know, a lot of these kids, a lot of these people they're young and they got emotions, you know. And then on top of that, you know, in the football community, trolling is a big thing. So they have trauma with getting trolled. So that's why they start moving crazy, you know, and start getting defensive, emotional. But, you know, if you really look at the situation, you just mapped it out. You broke it down into a science. We just got there. It's a new coach. Like, it's a new way of playing. Half the team is not there. Like, bro, like, just think about it, you know? So you got to just try to ignore it. You know, you got to keep a level head. But at the same time, I get it. You're a fan of the club. You want the club to do well. We have had...
Do they, though? AJ, do they, though? Do they want the club to do well, bro? That's the question, Joey. That's the question that I've got, Joey. I've flagged it a few times now. I've gone on the terrace. I've spoken about it. I spoke about it with Saeed TV as well. A lot of these fans at the minute, I'm telling you now, they want the club to fail. So their agenda on the owners, on the manager can be right about I told you so. So right now, they're hoping the worst for their club. You know what I'm saying? Joey, how do you feel about that? Do you feel the same as well, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why people are like taking it. I mean, you're not, there's so many factors to this that, like, even the factors of where the teams we played are in their preseason. Like, these guys start their season next week. Both teams pretty much that we played, they start their season next week. We have been together as a team for about 2 weeks. Like, as a total, with 7 of our starters out, 6 to 7 of our starters out. Like, that's not feasible to expect miracles to happen. That's all I'm going to say.
Yo, and the players that are in preseason right now are the players that really need preseason, like James and Kunku. All these guys that have been Fofana, that's been injured, you know, they need to build up the strength, build up the fitness, get the rust out the way, get the mistakes out, you know. Mm-hmm. Like that's what it's. I don't know. Like some people maybe haven't even played the sport, so you don't know.
What? This is it, AJ. Spot on, bro. Because I said this to you in the group chat the other day. A lot of people online, yeah, because they just watch the game and they probably play FIFA. They think these guys are not humans, bro. They think they're robots, yeah, that haven't been drinking. They haven't been on family holidays, eating all this food. They're not working their way into fitness, bro. Yeah, these guys are human beings, and a lot of people forget that. They think, oh, a new coach is coming instantly, there's going to be a massive change. And for me, bro, the good thing that I like about what I've seen in both games so far, yeah, is I can clearly see what Maresca's trying to do. It's all about the application now. You know what I'm saying? And the other day, what was really good as well, he came out and he basically said, listen, off the ball, we were bad. On the ball, we're a lot better than what we were against Wrexham because we created more chances. Off the ball, the players are still confused. They don't know when to go. Yeah. They don't know when to stay. And that's something that I'd never really saw Poch doing, Andrew.
Said that.
You know what I'm saying? With Poch, it was always about protecting the players. That would see some shit performances, guys. Yeah. And Poch would come out and literally lie in our face.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, this clearly shows that we've got a coach that understands tactically where he went wrong and what he needs to do going forward. So I expect him to rectify those mistakes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
But also, what they don't mention is that the first game he made 11 changes at half time. And in the second game, he made more changes. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be continuity issues and link-up play because it just is. I can't believe people are not remembering last season's preseason when we were overgassed over every game. For me, preseason now is all about just getting people fit and escaping with no injuries. Look at United; he's lost Højlund and Lenny Euro to hamstring injuries already. I don't even care now. I'm only watching the Real Madrid game because it's on the channel I've got over here. Do you know what I mean? I'm only watching that game. Do you know what I mean? I didn't watch the Celtic game or the Wrexham game because I just couldn't be bothered. But after I look at the report and go, okay, is everyone come through fine? so everyone come through fit. Do you know what I mean? If that's for me, that's a win. I really couldn't get. No one's getting on City. They lost the last 2 games, right? Do you know what I mean? They lost.
Yeah, they lost to Celtic.
You know, no one's getting
and
on.
Look
You know,
shaky defensively, just as shaky as we did.
I honestly, as long you want to get on us from the Man City game in the league, okay? Just you want to get on us from there. Do you know what I mean? It's fine if you want to do that. I'll pay more attention then, but you know, just get us through this. Get some more signings in. Get us fit. Get us ready to go, and let's see what these players can do and what this guy can do. Because I don't think he'll try and do everything he did previously at Leicester, because we're a different team and it's a different league. But I'm hoping he's adaptable and able to, you know, evolve in that role. That's what I'm looking for in a coach. And he's already taken. Look at what he said after the Celtic game. He goes, "We're trying something high. I'm going to hybrid this. Something about pressing, but we were too high. Do you know what I mean? We were too high, and they didn't understand what they were doing. He's taking responsibility. Potter would never take responsibility.
Never.
He understands what's going on. He just shows that he understands what's going on.
Never take responsibility.
Exactly.
But at least Enzo Maresca's gone, well, actually, I don't want them playing. Everyone's going, why are we playing the high line? Your coach has just come out and said he doesn't want them playing the high line. They've got confused. That's his job to unconfuse them. That's fine. Yeah. That's what preseason is for. It's to, like you said, we're like 3 weeks in. I mean, we're 3 weeks into it, and people are going, yeah, I told you, Maresca ball really sucks. I piss off. You know, I'm just so sick of these guys. And you go about the fans. These fans are so weak-minded that they're more outraged about Chalobah going and Enzo getting caught on a video with his slurs. Do you know what I mean? They're more outraged with Chalobah going, or you know, unbelievable. This fan base. We are the worst. I get this right now. On Twitter, on X, we're the worst fan base. We're
Toxic,
the worst.
We eat our own self. We eat our own team.
We're the worst.
I'm glad that people are now calling it out, because I'm glad that people are now calling it out internally, because before a lot of rivals used to say it all the time. A lot of rivals would be like, yo, Chelsea are one of the most spoiled fan bases. And I used to say all the time here, bro, obviously when you're used to something, this is what happens. You know what I'm trying to say? But the reality is we had to take a whole reset. Even with Roman, I was begging for a reset, bro, because that wasn't working. It stopped working what he was doing. You know what I'm trying to say?
It was going down and down and down and down and down.
Going down and down and down, bro.
We won the Champions League, but we were on the way down.
On the way down, bro. You know what I mean? But man, listen, that has been that was a good show. One of my favorite shows that I've done since I've been doing YouTube, man. Still got 359 people in the house. Got over 200 likes as well. Joey, listen, love for coming on, my bro, man. Let them know they can find you, bro.
You can find me at Wob Sports. I just hit 300 today. If you guys want to add on to it, that would be fantastic. Road to 1,000 by Christmas.
Yeah, let's get him there, man. Before Christmas, in fact. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him there by September, people. AJ, as always, my bro, love for coming on, man. Where can they find you, my bro?
I mean, you know me, I'm a professional guest, you know. But you also find me on TikTok. You find me on TikTok. I do some little videos sometimes. NYC Chelsea Blues. Tap in there.
Make sure you lock in, people. Jimmy, they know where to find you, bro. But let them know, man.
Yo, you see it on the screen right there. Jimmy Spliff TV, man. Chelsea watch along. I do every now and then. I drop a little video, impromptu live shit like that. You know what I mean? Usually when the fan base start the bitching, that's when I pop up and start.
Of course. Jimmy's getting a little upgrade now. What, Jimmy? What are you getting? A little HD camera?
Nah, actually, that's my work. My DJ laptop that went. My hard drive went. Okay. My DJ laptop. So
big yourself up, bro, man. But Andrew, let them know where they can find you.
Everything's backed up, my G. I really hope everything's backed up. I've done
that. Yeah. I got it. My solid shit over here. Son.
Yeah, just follow me. Just follow me there. I tweet out what I'm doing. I'm flambéing Chelsea fans regularly this season with their rubbish outrage on things. Play Sarcasm City. You'll find me mostly on YouTube and Playback. We do the clubs. So. Or GTA settings and stuff like that. We're just fun around. But most importantly, you should subscribe to this channel and like the videos.
100. You know, 100% people, man. Listen, keep it coming. Road to 3K now. I'm still gonna do the calling. I've just been busy the past week or so, man. But I thought, when I woke up today, it was just news after news after news. I said, nah, let me get the Avengers together, man, and we do a look of something. You know what I'm saying? But people, make sure that you smash up the lights as always. Up the Chels every fucking time. And hopefully next time we're on here, we're gonna have another bomber. You know what I'm saying? Love.
Facts.